Good morning. It's Sunday Morning Live with John M. And here is our host, John M.
Good morning indeed, and welcome back for another edition of Sunday Morning Live. On this Easter morning, happy Easter to every last single individual one of you.
And happy Passover too.
And happy Passover. I'm not gonna wish you a happy Good Friday because that's come and gone. But happy Easter, regardless of how you celebrate Easter or regardless of what Easter means to you, whether it's a religious holiday or a chocolate holiday. I hope you enjoy it either way. We have a lot planned for this morning, so I'm going to jump right into it here. This is, of course, a special Easter edition of the show. I have the lovely and talented band Ramekega with us, and I'm going to be talking to them in a minute, and they're going to be playing some beautiful music for you. I'm gonna open with a song that I don't play too often, but it seems appropriate that I play it today. It's one of my oldest songs, one of the first songs I ever wrote that I still perform. It's on my album Taste of Things to Come, which is my very first album, and there's also a live version of it on No Overdubs. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm gonna shut up and sing. I love you like a brother, but I don't even know your name. But we can all love one another all the same. Jesus was another, he loved us all the same. But we can all love one another in Jesus' name. I've been swimming in the ocean, I've been standing in the rain. I've known lies and devotion, comfort and pain. I have lived on the sidewalk and in the fast lane, but I live as I walk in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Do you remember when Jesus came? Remember what they did to him, what he did for you? Oh, wouldn't he be surprised to see the things we do in Jesus' name? Oh, yeah, in Jesus' name. Some call him the Messiah, keeper of the flame. Some call him a liar, tell you that he spoke in vain. Some call him a teacher, victim of his own game. But I came here to meet you in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Do you remember when Jesus came? Remember what they did to him and what he did for you. Oh, wouldn't he be surprised to see the things we do in Jesus' name? Oh, yeah, in Jesus' name. Yeah, 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 yeah. standing in the rain. I've known lies and devotion, comfort and pain. I have lived on the sidewalk and in the fast lane, but I live as I walk in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Do you remember when Jesus came? Remember what they did to him, what he did for you. Oh, wouldn't we be surprised to see the things we do in Jesus' name? Oh yeah, in Jesus' name. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that was In Jesus' Name, as I say, one of my oldest songs, but I still have fun playing it. So we, as you can see, as Hillary showed you in our opening shot, we have enough. The Easter Bunny has come and propagated enough for all of us here this morning. But I want to introduce Ramekega. And the first question I'm going to ask you guys before I even get into the individual members is, what does Ramekega mean? How did you guys decide on the name Ramekega?
When I was little, we have 2 older sisters, and when we wanted to play a computer game, it's called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. We didn't remember any username, so what my dad had done was just pick the first 2 letters off of all the girls at the moment, which was Rachel, Melissa, Kelly, and Gabby, and just says, put your names together, and then Ramekega came out of that. When we started the band, we're like, we need a band name, so like, let's just use the computer username. So why not? It's unique. No one else is going to take it. So, and it's also probably the only thing that we would remember too. Still, yeah. That's it.
Well, that's cool. I like that. I was half expecting you to say,
Yeah.
Oh, it's from an ancient, Japanese curse or something.
No, not the Japanese war cry. Like, no.
Yeah.
Some amazing meaning. We're like, no, not really.
Okay, so let's get into who you guys are individually. You're Kelly.
I'm Kelly, yes.
And you play guitar, both rhythm and lead, right? A little bit.
Well, there are
mainly
some.
Rhythm?
Mainly it's rhythm. I'm okay with lead. I'm a little clinical. I don't have that feel, like not like you do, but definitely rhythm is where I do better.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm more of a rhythm player too, so it all starts with rhythm. And you do you all do some lead vocals or
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Just depends on the song.
Okay, and then you are.
My name is Gabrielle. I play the cajon or percussion in general, and then drums.
Right. And I have seen you, we're, because we're in this tiny little itty-bitty apartment that we shoot from, where we don't have any room really for anything, we asked you not to bring a drum kit, but I do know that you do play. When I've seen you guys live, when you play with electric instruments and a full drum kit, and you do some really great, just straight ahead pop stuff that that I it's very enjoyable, and I imagine you're going to be doing sort of acoustic versions of some of that stuff this morning. But and then last but not least, your name is.
My name is Kyra, and I do mainly backup vocals, and I'm the bassist.
Cool. And again, I've seen you play electric bass too, and you do some cool stuff on the bass. So
great solos on the bass.
So,
not every bass player can solo like you can.
So how did you guys get started playing music? Was it like, did one person take the lead and the rest of you followed suit, or did you all just kind of decide at one point, we should do a band? Or
Well, we didn't grow up wanting to do it. After my mom passed away, songwriting was a way for us to cope with that, and we just started writing songs first. We barely played the instruments. That would come later as we just tried to build up on the technique as well. And as for the band, it just, I don't know, did it just not come? It didn't just come. But it occurred to us that, this is something we do all together. It's a band of sisters, so basically that's, and she came later on in 2013, but she was always there in the beginning.
I was a groupie.
No, she was a gopher.
The gopher, that's the wrong key.
The
I
gopher,
doubt
the
that.
crew
Go
member.
for I could believe
Definitely
it.
a gopher. Used more by
The
me.
tagger. She did
Yeah.
everything else.
Well, you know, we all have to. I mean, again, I've seen you guys on a couple of gigs, but we all. I was going to say when we're starting out, but I'm still doing it. We all have to kind of be our own roadies,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, unless we get rich and famous, which you know, I've been working on that for 40 years. So, you know.
It's all relative.
It is all relative. So, well, the one other thing I'm going to mention before I ask you guys to play something, which I am going to get to in just a minute, I promise. But one thing that's impressed me with you guys, especially the last time I saw you as a band, as an electric band, was that you know 99% of the electric bands that I see, they get out there on the stage and they crank everything up, and they figure, you know, I have a microphone so I can play as loud as I want, and then I can just scream into the mic, and you know, and so they all do. They just bash away at top volume and they scream into the mic, and the drummer is, you know, doing all this, and it's great. There's great power behind it, but it doesn't sound like anything. They lose all the dynamics, and you know. And you guys, I saw you guys recently in a club in L.A. It was really kind of designed as an acoustic singer-songwriter club, and you know, it wasn't meant for big hard rock bands, and the stage was barely big enough to accommodate you guys. But you did have electric instruments, and you had the full drum kit. But you played, you know, you blended so well that, you know, every vocal was crystal clear, and every bass line and every guitar line, and what you were doing on the drums was tasty, you know, but you weren't banging away on it, you know. And so it's a two-part thing. The first is a compliment that you are able to do that. You've obviously worked on that, and having a cohesive sound is important to you guys, and that's obviously going to help you. The other, that's our friendly neighborhood siren. They go by every few minutes. The other thing is, have you done any of the larger gigs, or have you like opened for rock bands where you're expected to rock out a little bit more, and is that part of your repertoire, or no? Are you more into the?
We have played larger venues, larger shows, festivals where cranking it up a little bit would help project, but as to the dynamic, that is something we do try to keep as well, even when we're on the stage, because we don't want it to be muddled. So we always keep the vocals above the guitars. It's just whatever serves the song, and basically you want them to hear the lyrics.
And that's how we started practicing anyway, because in our house we practice in our living room. And then we have neighbors, so we had to play quietly because we don't want to bother our neighbors. I would practice the drums very timidly.
Yeah.
So I'll like build up volume. I'm like, okay, I'm getting louder. But
We have
like,
self-volume control.
I know, so like we try to keep, we don't deafen the audience. So if it's a small room, we'll quiet it down. If it's a bigger, we just try to play the volume to the size.
So we
Well,
are amplified.
I'm so glad to hear you say whatever serves the song, because I'm always saying that to people, and you know. And as far as playing in a living room with neighbors, you know, does that sound familiar, Hillary?
I think we should hear a song.
Yes, of course we're going to hear a song. What would you like to play for us first?
This one, it's an original, and it's called Love Always Comes with a Chance of Rain. Love always comes with a chance of rain on a sunny day. I know I'll still smile
So with the songwriting with that song in particular, did any one of you write it, or was it a collaborative effort? Or
It was collaboration.
It's always collaboration. Like any of us can start it. It's either melody or vocals, but we always make it a point to come together and finish it. So we'll have someone put words in or melody. So it's always all of us together.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys never like butt heads with
Not
somebody
with
saying, well, I don't want you to sing on that line, but I want you to sing on this line.
Well, I think it's something we work out. It's not really butting heads. It's like, does that sound right? Do you want to come in here?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
We try to fit the song or to each voice, because if one of us sounds better, like, oh, you sing it. I don't care who wrote.
You do it.
Man, you guys are the dream band. I mean,
you.
so many, I wish that more bands could operate the way you guys do, because they would get a lot farther. You guys obviously put the music first, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Where would we be else?
Well, it shows. So
Getting a lot of thumbs up and hearts.
Oh,
People.
thank you.
yeah, that surprises me not at all. So you all three do contribute to the writing,
Yes.
as well as the arranging.
Yeah.
And how long have you been writing? When you started playing together, were you just doing cover songs, or?
Actually, we didn't really play
We didn't know how to do cover songs then.
We only sang to covers whenever it played on the radio. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, but
and then we learned.
But we've been writing since we started. We probably wrote before we actually learned fully how to play the instruments, because I knew a little bit of piano to follow a melody line, but to actually get into it, to combine all of it, it was something else. But the songs were already there, so
When did we start?
probably 2006, 2007, into that. And we started writing more as the years went on.
You guys also, I don't know if you've studied this or if it just comes naturally, but one thing I've noticed, I watched a few of your videos online, and you not only have a really good sense of timing and the vocal mix and all that, but you also seem to really understand the different frequency ranges pretty well, because I noticed there was one song you did where I believe you played piano, and now
I'm trying to remember.
yeah, I think you did. I think you played piano, and you played guitar. You weren't playing bass, and you were playing drums. So there was no bass, and I thought, oh man, this isn't really going to work. But you did a whole lot of stuff on the floor tom, which filled out the low end, and it made it work.
Aww.
Awesome.
So you don't know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
not sure.
There's a few of those.
There's a few, but yeah, it does depend again on the song. So if I switch to piano, and we lose the highs of this, they compensate for that, or in the groove. Timing is really important.
Of
and
course.
something we've always had to. Someone really gave us a really good piece of advice the first time we started out, and then they said, "I love your music, and might help if you tap your heel for time to keep
Yeah.
time."
Metronome.
So
I was like,
that's what-
okay, what's a metronome?
Yeah.
We've had a request for more music.
Far be it from me to stand in the way of that. Hit us with another one, please.
All right, well, this is a special one that, John and Hillary here know, because they inspired it.
Uh-oh.
They went to Maricopa. I guess that's on a business trip. And an email between me and Hillary inspired some thoughts, and it was just "Have Fun in Maricopa," and it sounded like a song title. So she said, you should write it. So that's what we did. This one is called "Have Fun in Maricopa." And then said we needed space and to find a place to mend. We've loved each other now, had more than true. So have fun in Maricopa, where time just can't own ya, and the longing of your heart comes alive. Oh, have fun in Maricopa, where the wind and storms can't move ya, and you'll find that everything will be alright. Oh, have fun in Maricopa, where time just can't own ya, and the longing of your heart comes alive. Oh, have fun in Maricopa, where the wind and storms can't move ya, and you'll find that everything will be alright. Where you'll find that everything will be alright. Yes, you'll find that everything will be alright.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So,
That was a fun song
is that your newest song, or?
That's practically the most brand new song, because
Yes.
it wasn't too long ago where she, suggested we write it. Like, yeah. So
Well, I remember, and I have to emphasize before I say this. This is absolutely not the reason that they are on the show this morning.
absolutely not.
But
I'm here for the chocolate bar.
just as a coincidence, when you guys were talking to Hillary, and you were letting her know that you had a gig coming up in LA, and we're going to be playing such and such a place on Thursday night, and so on. And Hillary said, "Oh, John and I will make a point of coming to to hear you guys." And one of you said, "Oh, now you're going to make us nervous now, 'cause, we fight with stage fright all the time." And Hillary, ever my representative, said, "Oh, well, John has a book in which he has a chapter about stage fright." And you said, "Yeah, we've been reading it."
Yes, before we even met you.
So they got my book even before any of us knew who we were or anything. So I thank you for that. I hope it has served you well.
Speaking of the book, John, do you have a copy near you? Can you show people?
Let me
the
see if
cover?
I do. Oh, look, there's one now. That here, I'll do it this way.
Available on Amazon. Performance Matters by John M. Also available on Kindle.
Yes, available in both paperback and Kindle versions. Thank you, Hillary. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my book, but I gotta
I think they have a
slide that in.
gig coming up, John.
Yes, absolutely. When do you?
It's going to be at the State Social House on Sunset Boulevard. It'll be this Friday, April 26th, and our set is at
It's 10:45.
45, but it starts at 8.
Yeah. Come early, stay late. It's a really great lineup of acts, and we always like to support other artists that go there, because it's
do,
just this
do you know who any
community.
of the other acts are?
We do. We've met them. We've heard majority of them play, and we're really glad to be in the same lineup with them, because it's rare. You go to LA and you like listening to everyone that comes on. So for us, it's good to hear music, and that the songwriters come together and just share their music, and for us to be a part of that, it's special for us. And it was where we also met you guys for the first time, so that's good.
So the State Social House
Social
on
House.
Sunset Boulevard.
You can post a link to
Yeah,
it.
somebody may beat
yeah.
us to that, but if they don't, we'll go ahead and post that in a comment. And
By the way, you brought up the fact that you don't live in LA.
No, we don't. It's a San Bernardino area, and there's no place to play where we live. So we basically have to. I'm sorry, my dad has to drive out. My dad, I fall asleep in the back. I have motion sickness, but he drives out 30, 40
In a circle.
to an hour to 2 hours anywhere in that radius so we
Wow.
can play. Because there's no venue in our town, so
It's perfect for us, because where we live, our city, it's surrounded by LA, all the other
Orange
places
County,
to play. So we
go
just
to San Diego.
It's the whole circle right around us.
well, thank you for dragging yourselves out of bed and pouring
dragging
yourselves
him.
into a car and
dragging him.
driving out here. You must have had at least an hour's drive to get here this morning.
Oh, was
Surprisingly,
good traffic.
it was
no
It
traffic.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
On Easter Sunday of all
Yeah.
times. We appreciate it. Why don't we squeeze in one more song from you guys?
Okay. This one is an old song, and we rarely play this one out live. It's called The Place.
It's called what? Sorry.
The Place.
Okay.
Take me to the place where clouds and mountains embrace, where the rivers flow to those down below to give them hope. Take me to the shores where the oceans flow evermore, and the sand beneath my feet goes on and on. Take me to the place where everyone speaks the same, where the flowers and trees they talk, and the pebbles and rocks they walk. Take me to the place where I belong. Take me to the time when reason was sublime, when hurts and pains just went away with a kind word. Take me to the thought deep inside your heart, where memories swim in deepest pools that keep alive. Take me to the place where everyone speaks the same, where the flowers and trees they talk, and the pebbles and rocks they walk. Take me to the place where I belong. Take me to the place where everyone speaks the same, where the flowers and trees they talk, and the pebbles and rocks they walk. Take me to the place where I belong. Take me to the place where I belong. Take me to the place where I belong.
Woo. Really, really nice. So you said that's an older song.
It's a really old song, actually. But then when we rarely play it and we bring it up again, it's like new for us and also new for the audience because like, oh, we've never heard it, so it's very new to them too.
Well,
Yeah.
that's in a way that's kind of like the song I opened with this
Mm-hmm.
morning. It's an older song that I do still perform, but not
Yeah.
very often.
Yeah.
And so when I do, all that energy kind of comes back. You know? So,
It's the same.
do any of you ever? Well, okay, you play guitar,
Mm-hmm.
you play some piano. Are there any other instruments that you play
I
besides?
wish. No, I wish. Just
Okay. Occasionally, should the song allow, if she takes piano, I either stay on bass or she has me take guitar.
Uh-huh.
yeah, because she's better at leads.
And are those your only two instruments, guitar and bass?
Mainly.
Okay, okay, and
I still on drums.
just drums and bass.
Drums and percussion. I cannot keep
Percussion.
time like she can.
And the gig you guys are doing at the State Social House this Friday?
Yes, this
Yes.
Friday.
This Friday. I assume you're doing that as in your normal context as a band with a drum kit and
Yeah.
amps and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the full kit out that time.
No cover charge.
No,
No,
cover
it's
charge.
free
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
free.
all
All
ages,
ages are
so-
welcome to come. So
Cool. So let me see. How long? I know I've asked you a couple of questions about like when you started playing and when you started writing and so forth.
It's the coffee
But-
pot.
Sorry.
The coffee pot speaking.
Oh, sorry. But how like when did you actually start officially going out and doing gigs? And that we are now a band.
2007, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, 2007.
Oh,
July.
7. Wow. Okay. So not that long. Okay. Well, man, you guys are getting some nice wind in your sails quick.
All the people
Great
watching
experiences.
really love you, so you can enjoy what
Thank you.
Thank you.
later.
We had some great experiences going on over the course of the year. Some of them have been really great. Some of them have been funny. Some of them strange. And we feel bad sometimes because our dad gets the brunt a lot of the reaction. This one time we played a gig. It was like a biker rally, or it was like, you know,
Biker bar.
something like that. And after we played, we got off the stage, and these older gentlemen, like, they're all dressed up in leather, look really tough and mean. They're like, "Hey, we love your music. We're fans now, and because we feel, you know, we love your music, and we feel a little bit protective of you. We just met you, but we feel protective.
Thank you.
Now we have to tell you something because now we're concerned because you're young ladies. There is a man up in the balcony, and he's just been staring at you really intently. He's not smiling. He doesn't, I don't know if he intends to do you guys harm, but he's just really intensely focusing. Do you want us to take care of him?" And I was like, "Where is he?" "He's right there. Look, that's my dad. You're good."
You're good. He's not really
He's
smiling or
focusing.
anything. He's focused.
He's trying to see how he can, you know, let us know
Yeah.
afterwards. You guys, you know, if you want, you could do this afterwards.
That's funny.
It's crazy. But
Yeah,
we've met some really
we'll
great
go.
people.
We'll go. You know, take care of this guy. For you.
No harm security. But yeah,
Wow.
we've met some really
Like,
great
where's
people too at our gigs, and sometimes by surprise we do covers, especially when it's like a really long set. At one gig in Sherman Oaks, it was at the Cork Lounge, I think.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman also in the audience. Still, my dad got the brunt of it. He was asked to move over, but this gentleman was watching us play on stage, and we did a cover song by Redbone. You know, "Come and Get Your Love." And
Right.
afterwards, my dad's like, "Do you know who that guy was that kept asking me to move over?" I'm like, "No." He said, "That was Pat Vega, the bassist on Redbone." I'm like, "Oh, why didn't you say anything?" He's like, "Because I don't know if it would have thrown you guys off." I was like,
I
"We
was
actually
doing
said
right
if you know the
above him."
lyrics, sing along." Like,
Oh my gosh.
He was just so smiling. I was like, "That's great."
He came up to us
That's
early. He's
great.
like, "When is the band Ramekega playing?" And me, I was like, "Oh, just some regular person asking, like, oh, they're playing at so and so." And he walks in, like, "Okay, guys." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "That was him." I was like, "I just talked to him." Oh
Did
my
we make a
gosh.
mistake?
I think I did.
Well, if anybody wants to come and meet Ramekega on Friday night, come on down to the States.
Yeah, that
Yes.
would be awesome.
That'd be
That would be great.
And your dad will be there with you.
Yes.
A lot of times he does sound for you. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
he knows
And
that sound
hey,
really well.
is it? Can we get a quick shot of you on camera?
Hi, Dad.
There he is.
He'll be there Friday night too. And we
So
will too.
yeah, the family
So come
that
sit
plays
with me.
together stays together.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, that's true.
well, is there anything that I should have asked you or that you would have liked me to ask you that I have not asked you?
Well, you can find our music online.
Oh, yes. Good.
We have our first and second album up on iTunes. The second album can also be found on Spotify. You just have to Google our name, Ramekega. The third album is not for sale online, only in person and at our shows, but you can still hear it, the full album, on SoundCloud. And again, you just have to Google the band name. So there's 3 albums out there. And there's more music that's not on the albums, but you can see our live performances of them on YouTube, on our YouTube channel.
You can put
And your
some-
YouTube
you can
channel?
Put some links on here.
Yeah.
And your YouTube channel is what?
It's Ramekega.
And Ramekega is spelled, I know this one, Ramekega.
Yes.
Think about it for a second. And thank you for interjecting that, because I was remiss in not
No,
asking
fine.
that. People need to know where to find your music. So you have so far you have a total of 3 albums.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are available online, and the third one they can get at your shows
Yes.
live. Cool. Well, listen, I want to really thank you guys for coming out here,
Thank
as
you.
I said before, on a Sunday morning.
Thank you for having us.
And playing for us and singing for us. You sound great,
Thank
and
you.
you have a really tight sound. I am gonna wrap things up with one more song here myself, and then we're all going to go out and have breakfast, and we're gonna eat chocolate
Yes,
rabbits.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I came here
I'm
for.
taking mine.
I got one too. This song I'm going to close with. This is kind of a leap of faith for me. It's kind of an experiment, and I'm going to warn you right up front that I may drive right off the cliff with it, because I only worked it up yesterday. But it's not one of my own songs. It's actually a kind of a semi-traditional Christian hymn. And it's one that I have always loved since childhood, and have always wanted to play but never have. And I finally thought, this Easter I'm gonna pull this one out to see if I can play it. And so if I have a train wreck in the middle of it, at least we've had a good show up to this point, and we've had 3 wonderful songs from Ramekega. So with that, let's give this one a shot. I danced on a Sunday when the world was begun. I danced for the moon and the stars and the sun. I came down from heaven and I danced on earth. In Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I will lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. Danced for the scribe and the Pharisee, but they would not dance, they wouldn't follow me. I danced for the fishermen, James and John. They came with me and the dance went on. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. Danced on the Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. They whipped and they stripped and they hung me high and left me there on a cross to die. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I will lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on a Friday when the sky turned black. It's hard to dance with a devil on your back. They buried my body and they thought I'd gone, but I am the dance and the dance goes on. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. They cut me down and I leapt up high. I am the life that will never, never die. I'll live in you if you live in me. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance, said he. Happy Easter to you. Thank you. Thanks. We will be back here next Sunday with a guest as yet undetermined, so it might be just me again. But one way or another, we'll be back here for Sunday Morning Live with John M. Thank you for joining us. As I always say, thank you for liking. Those of you who do like the show, thank you for sharing it. That's how we build this thing. Thank you for tuning in and for telling your friends about it. My name is John M. I am endorsed by G7 Capos and CAD microphones. And we'll be back here next Sunday. Hillary, do you have any parting words for anybody?
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Great to see you. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Have a great week.